Shit. Like we live and we fucking rolling. On all platforms. Yeah, kid, it's Friday Night Live. Yeah, I think we're ready to roll. BouT on the early check-in for the intro. Let's get it. Yes. Yes, 2 times. I know the vibes go. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. She like, ooh la la. They go, ooh la la. On a Friday, best day, blessed day. She like, ooh la la. Looking for M's like I lost a friend. Hop up out the bed like, where's the bread? What it do, people? You're now tuned in. Popovich TV. We live, we rolling, we unscripted, we authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. So if it's your first time, then the question is, where you been? Over here on my side, we like to deal with sports, hip-hop, entertainment, interviews, Popovisms 101, and of course, motivation. So before you slide to the left and exit to the left, I'm going to need you to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to need you to hit that like button and smash that notification bell. So when I upload the videos, you get alerted. You get alerted when I upload the videos, and if it's not your first time, we appreciate you. But you know how I do. You know how I plainly start my show. Tony, there was no other way. We ain't in the end game now. We is in the end game, people, because it's Friday. I know a lot of y'all motherfuckers just got paid. And for some reason, Friday is the best day. It's the blessed day. Junior services, little workout, got that checking, you know what I mean? Direct deposit, you feeling good. But we in the end game, we ain't even gonna waste no time. We in the end game because, because yesterday, first time in motherfucking history, we seen a former president get convicted of all charges. And y'all know Nas, first Jeezy, and Nas jumped on the remix. I think Hov jumped on the remix too. It was like, my president is black, my Lambo's blue, and I be goddamn if them rims ain't too. Well, this president was white, his face is yellow, and they said you gonna motherfucking get convicted of all them charges. And I ain't gonna lie, y'all know if y'all fuck with the channel, a lot of times I plainly say, when you put the beat on, I'm not shocked and I'm not amazed. In this case, I was a little, not shocked and amazed, but a little taken back. Like, found him guilty, huh? Found that nigga guilty on all 34 charges. And, you know, what they tossing around is, for each charge, I guess he could get like 4 months. So when you add it up, it is a lot of time. Do I think the judge gonna send his ass to jail while he's still currently on the campaign to be the president of the United States? I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. It's like, I'm a betting man. Y'all know on the channel, I'll be like, that's show money, son. And before you bet your money, you need to know the odds. You need to know what sport it is. You need to be well informed before you put your money up. Because even though I'll be like, the locks, not from Yonkers, but you get you the winner chicken dinners. If you're a real gambler and you know about gambling in general, you know it ain't no locks. And so I'm like, damn, would I put my money up? Is he going to jail or he not going to jail? I'm leaning towards not going to jail. I mean, it is a former president. It is a bullshit crime in my estimation. You know, y'all know I'm not an angel on the channel. We've been up top a few times, and I've been locked up around criminals, killers, murderers, etc., rapists, petties, and, you know, armed robbers, bank robbers, etc. You know what I mean? People in there innocent, you know, they right with us. And so you done seen the lowest of the low, the worst of the worst inside the penal system. I don't think he's going to go to jail. I think he's going to have the debate that's following. I think he's going to run And the thing is, we talked about Trump last week, and only a few times. I ain't no big politician aficionado. We ain't gonna spend too much time on it. I just thought it was like everybody else. And in fact, I was actually downtown yesterday, had some other business to attend to, you know what I mean? And I didn't know he was going to get sentenced. So the nigga come out the court, doing what I was doing, nigga running this shit, but I think they gave the verdict out a little bit later on the day. By the time I got home, you know what I'm saying? They was already saying, that he was found guilty on all charges. Is that going to change your view if you was going to vote? Are you voting? Do you even really care? My instance, like I said, without taking too much time on the Trump shit, is I don't think neither candidates is fit. However, you got a lot of people in the comments, under these different posters, the shade room, it's on site and all that. They're like, ain't no motherfucker could be found, and I didn't know either, so I'm not gonna act like I know. As far as you can be, convicted, etc., or found guilty and still be on the ballot to run, like you automatically supposed to get taken off. I didn't know a lot of people like it's no law, because at one point in time, that's why I didn't vote as well. You got the felonies on your back, so you can't vote. And they restrict you from doing that. You know what I mean? Even though they say you get some of your other liberties back, etc., once you're on parole and etc., you released from prison. I think Sleepy Joe is still going to be in the fight. Trump had his rally today, you know what I mean, outside the Trump Towers. And pretty much like, this shit is rigged. Like I be saying in sports, this shit is rigged. This shit is fixed. And like Malcolm X, it's a vicious, hypocritical, corrupt system that has castrated the black man. And the only way he knows how to strike out is to lash out any way he can. That's the words of the great, Malcolm X. And I am Malcolm X. I'm being funny, but I'm not, right? We know that he said the system is corrupt. The system is vicious. The system is hypocritical. He acting like he just figuring that out now. A lot of us, even though Stephen A., he got a lot of flack when he was like, people can relate to Trump now. Not just blacks, obviously. You see this side note, this ain't really the topic, but it's pertinent to what we're talking about. It's a video going viral, or went viral, with the Asian man. And he came in the courtroom with the black face on, right? And pretty much he was like, y'all treating me like a black man. Y'all treating me like I'm the lowest of the lowest. Kiss on the check-in. Much blessings on YouTube. And we live on YouTube and we live on Instagram. Appreciate everybody tuning in to the show. We just starting. We just warming up. Come on in. Hit the like button. He like, y'all treating me like a black man, so I'm going to come to court as a black man. And a lot of people under that post, a lot of black folks, but you black. 8 minutes into the show, and but you black. A lot of black people have, they felt some type of way about that. Like, is he disrespecting us? Is it a slight, or is he pretty much just saying he know that the system is rigged for us? We get treated differently, and so this is the side eye. This is why we're looking with the side eye. So Trump, he had, according to the news, the false news and shit, fake news and shit, I'm being funny, that the shit is rigged. He had a lot of supporters out there, in the hundreds, and, whether it's rigged or not, whether his case is rigged or not, don't be naive or be one of those people to be like, the system is not rigged, the system is not corrupt, the system is not vicious. Because that's the words of Brother Malcolm. Like, he's way more educated and articulate and eloquent in his speech than I am, and that's exactly what he said. He said it's a vicious, corrupt, vicious, hypocritical system that has castrated the black man, and the only way that he knows how to strike out is just to strike out. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that was directed towards the black and the brown, and Donald Trump is just playing on it. Like, this shit is rigged. Shit is a witch hunt. And again, whether it is or not, for his case, with political, people in power, people getting paid, Razan what's the word? Whether it's rigged or not in his case, whether, the jury got paid or whatever, don't be naive to think. And then you got, this is the last thing I'll say as far as, that's concerned. Joe Biden, obviously, that's the opposition. He's the ops, no matter which way you're going. These are the two pretty much the primary candidates. I think it's like Kennedy's son or somebody else that is the third party, but he's not being mentioned. Guess he don't got a lot of funding behind his campaign. So it's like, who you? See you? Like, who you? You don't eat no child today because you're a nobody. You don't get no jelly with that bread this morning. I'm going to take your Frosted Flakes, and you're only going to get 1 milk. If you've been locked up and you in the Bing, then you know what I'm talking about. That's real talk. Who are you? Like, people ain't really know who he is. He ain't got no ads spinning. Like, he's pretty much a nobody, even though this John F. Kennedy's son. One that got popped, you know what I mean? And then the president walking in the president, like the president that got popped, yeah, his son. He's running, but you don't hear shit about it. Anyway, Joe Biden, he like, you know, the legal system. I think he said the legal system. This is verbatim. You know what I mean? You know, it's over 200 years, and this is the cornerstone of America, and all this old bubblegum shit, right? And I'm like, all right, we get it. He like, it's, you know, this is the foundation, and this is what we live by. And I'm like, you do have to have a judicial system, you know, executive branch and all that would make up the law and justice. But we know that justice is not always fair. We know they don't always get it right. And as I have said numerous times on this channel, on my platform, speaking about my own personal stories of being in prison, not one, not two, like LeBron James. And I'm not saying that in a bragging way. I'm just saying that's the path that I've been, and I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately that I was right, yet to fail. And I also know what that yakisobe and chili con corn on that chow line is like. Plenty of brothers that's innocent. Paperwork to show, like, listen, I didn't do this, but they still inside, especially people that look like us. So in that regards, we know that the system is flawed, and that's why we need reforms in a lot of these, you know, different sectors of the justice system. And, you know, again, we'll see what happens. I don't think he's going to jail. He still might fucking win, exonerate himself, and, you know what I mean, get some get back. Like James Brown, I need some get back. Like, you know what I mean? I'm mad. That nigga was mad as a motherfucker. That nigga was mad as a motherfucker. But let's move on, though. Yesterday you had Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals. Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic, they knocked off the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I know when I did my bracket, we ain't gonna really talk NBA right now, but I do want to speak about Kyrie Irving because he's spinning in the clip as he was a few months back when he had the book, the movie review. And I forget the name of the movie, but the shit Amazon was selling, the shit everybody was, you know, talking down on him, talking shit about him, and y'all seen it in the news clip. So anyway, on my first bracket, because I only did 2. It ain't like the college brackets and shit. They can fill out 100 brackets, see if you can get one right. So in the East, we was right. We got Boston coming out of the East. When the East is in the house, oh my God, danger. And we had Dallas coming out of the West. The only one we was wrong about was Lakers beating the Denver, Phoenix beating Minnesota. Actually, Minnesota ended up beating Phoenix, and they ended up beating the champs. We was wrong about my New York Knicks. The injuries kind of killed them with the Indiana series. And we was wrong about Cleveland beating Indiana. It actually was Indiana getting to the conference finals. Then on my second shit after Denver, the first 2 games after Minnesota beat Denver, I'm like, nah, these niggas is looking really like them dudes. And it's like wax on, wax off, Daniel's son. I'm like, oh, they got the glow. And now you know what it's like to be the master. At least that's what I thought it was. They probably going to have to take a back seat, come back next year. We see what they do with Cat, etc. But in my second bracket, I still have Boston winning, as far as the Eastern Conference and the championship. And then I had Minnesota, which I thought would have been a good matchup. Turns out my first bracket is right. It's Dallas and it's Boston. I give my pick out as the, you know, as the days start leading up. We still got some time. Thursday, I think the final start, which is the 6th. So I'll tell y'all who I'm leaning to soon. And now let's get to Kyrie Irving. Does y'all remember this? And this is just a small portion. There was way more people and sports pundits, analysts, hosts of these big shows and these big networks, etc., talking real greasy on them R&B records about Kyrie Irving. And this is the short that I put up last night. Over 10,000 views. Good looking, y'all.
Kyrie Irving should retire.
No, we gotta answer for what this idiot has done. I think Adam should have suspended him.
He should
take
get
my
suspended?
$40 million and insult my religion.
What?
Don't believe that I'm retiring. Don't believe that
you know, I'm gonna give up this game for a vaccine mandate or staying unvaccinated.
Listen
Don't
to what
do
he's
any of that
saying.
shit, man. Like really be aware of what's being said before I even get a chance to be on the podium and speak for myself. You know what I'm saying? Like all these people saying all these things about what's going on with me, and it's just not true. Pay attention to what's going on out in the real world. You know, people are losing their jobs to these
People are
mandates.
losing their jobs.
People are having to make choices with their own lives, which I
Party
respect.
Fern and Pope, what's the
You know,
word?
and I don't want to sit here and play on people's emotions either. Just use logic. You know, what would you do?
What would
You know,
do?
if you felt uncomfortable going into the season when you were promised that you would have exemptions or that you didn't have to be forced.
Kyrie Irving should retire.
No,
Kyrie Irving should retire?
Done.
Shaq, like, now we got to talk about what this idiot, you know what I mean, is speaking about. And Barkley, like, how you take my 40 million and then you talk about my religion, right? So just a lot of ignorance. And we know Stephen A., he been spinning in the clip, even though he did apologize. It's another short that I put up, like, listen, man or woman, you know, when you wrong, just admit that you're wrong. Just take it on the chin, apologize, be sincere about it, try to move on. Now, some people may make you squirm a little bit. They may not be as gracious as others when they're accepting your apology. And, you know, you can't even really knock them because they are the ones who, you know, are accepting the apology or not accepting it. It's really just up to you to get it off your chest, let it be known that you was wrong. So I do commend Stephen A. and Big Perk. He's another one. And it's a lot of them. That's just a small little clip. But Shaq had it in his movie theaters, right? Amazon had it on there. That shit is still up. And what a lot of people failed to realize, especially Stephen A., right? When he was like, you're not on the court, you're not playing, we just want you to play. And, you know, he's the talents of the world. And he's one of the top 5 dead or alive. And that's just off one LP. As Kyrie alluded to at the end of the clip, he like, you know, it's one thing to go into the season with the mindset and the expectation of it's going to be some exemptions made. It's going to be some adjustments made for your religious beliefs. Like, yeah, we don't really rock with that, so we're not doing that. And if you agree to that, oh no, like, yeah, we're going to make some exemptions. We just want you on the court. Then when the season starts, it's like, oh nah, like they did most Americans, you either take the jizz's ab or you take your ass home. Especially if you was one of those who wasn't fortunate enough to work remotely from home. If you wasn't one of those just kicking back in your crib and you had to go to work and there was no way around it, and they're like, nah, you gotta do this. Otherwise, we're gonna fire you. With no pension, with no, like, you're gonna lose everything. A lot of regular, everyday, regular people, John Legend, we are ordinary people that's living paycheck to paycheck like Talib and Kweli, just to get by, just to get by, just to get by, had to make hard decisions. You know what I mean? Like, damn, do I really want to do this shit? Which I don't, because it's still new, it's still in the development stages. You got Johnson & Johnson administering, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of people was like, damn, I don't want to take this shit. But they did, because they got families to feed. They got their selves to feed. They got bills. They had real shit going on in their life, and they wasn't as fortunate as Kyrie, who could take a year off. Like, you know what? I'm going to just fall back, wait this shit out, see what it is. Like, Marlon, stop, wait, think about it. Like, you ain't see this nigga was crazy, deranged? Like, no, let me think about this shit first. Not just like a lot of parents had to think about their kids. Like, damn, do I send my kids to school? Do I want them to get the jab? What is it going to do to them? They're only 5, they're only 6. Like, yeah, I remember the shit. Shit wasn't yesteryear, you know what I mean? Shit wasn't the wonder years. And it wasn't like everybody's talking about the good old days. Like some Wu-Tang shit. Nah, this shit was just 2 years ago. 3 years ago, like, Promises is all I heard on some Sparkle and R. Kelly shit. Like, promises coming out of your mouth. Then you fast forward to now, couple months ago or whatever, right? The Fauci, you don't even hear about Fauci no more, or none of them motherfuckers, right? What you did hear is people in the field, medical field, and etc., coming out saying some negative things about the jizz, right? Like, yeah, it's fucking people up, or the side effects, and we jumped the gun a little bit. And you don't hear nothing about that shit now. That shit is like regular flu, regular, you know what I mean, HIV, that shit is like regular shit. Cancer still running ravish. And, you know, my neighbor who I told y'all about on the live, either the last live, yeah, I think it was the last live, you know what I mean? You know, lost her battle with cancer. We just went to the, you know, the services, and I'm going to talk about that later on in the show on the closeout, you know what I mean? But people still dealing with that. You don't even hear about this shit no more. So it's like, where did, like, how, what's the meme going around with some of the women? And I'm being funny, like, where did all the men go? Like, where did all this COVID and this 19 shit go? Where is it at? You can drop it in the comments if you know. But now that they won, and he been a champion, you know what I mean? He ain't on TV tap dancing, you know what I mean, and motherfucking pandering like some of, you know what I mean, your favorites. He been a champion. And the only reason why he wasn't on the court, as he said, he had death in the family early on when he was going through the Brooklyn shit, and then the jab that he wasn't going for. He stood 10 toes down. Then you spin with the, you know, the small hats. You know, they rule the world. It's not girls, it's them niggas run the world. He had a little spat with that about some shit that's in the movies, that's on Amazon, and nobody else got a problem with it until he talking about it. And you know, a lot of black folks, the Stephen A's, the Shaqs, the Barkleys, the Kendrick Perkins, you know, the motherfucker from Brooklyn, I don't know if he was Jewish or not, the fucking the beat reporter, you know what I mean? Kept asking him the same questions like, get off the post. I mean, like, go over there before you get started. I know a nigga wanted to smack Flames out there. I can't think of his name right now, but I know he wanted to smack Flames out of him, but you gotta, you know, chill. And like Hov said, it's hard not to kill niggas. It's like a full-time job not to kill. Like when niggas test you, when your gun goes on, like, you know what I mean? And so I'm just happy that, you know, that they gotta eat crow. They got to swing back and they got to apologize now. And for the second day in a row on First Take, if you still watch it, or you just catch the little clips, you have Perk, like I said, Stephen A., a couple other people, they got to backtrack now. Because for the next 2 weeks possibly, we're going to be talking about Kyrie and the Dallas Mavericks, Luka Doncic, you know what I mean? And, you know, the Boston Celtics, the team he played for, obviously, Kristaps Porzingis, the New York Knicks pick, and y'all know we New York. I must have took it down. Like, we New York over here. Number one, New York Knicks, New York Giants, New York, know what I mean? The Mets, the Yankees, the Rangers, who just lost yesterday. Rangers looking kind of, I don't know, I thought y'all was going to the chip, but y'all might get knocked off by Florida. Now that they going back, or he's going back, Jason Kidd going back. Shout out to Shamgar, too, from my block, 42nd. Harlem, stand up. Shamgar, you know what I mean? He on the Dallas Mav, you know, team. He with the coaching staff and all that. See them taking the pictures and flicking it up yesterday. And Harlem is in the building. I'm happy for him. You know, came a long way. Obviously, he already made his dream by making NBA, but just knowing that he from the block and still doing great things. He with a winning organization. I'm happy for him. So salute to my nigga Sham. You know what I'm saying? And you know, now they got to talk about Kyle, and we're gonna see how, you know, how the topic and the narrative today was talking about, did the narrative change? Do he got to win? Is he going to win? Whether he win or lose, like, you know what I mean? No matter if I win or lose, like the Mobb Deep reference, no matter if he win or lose, he's still a champion. Your wrist bling bling, his shit bling black. He already got the ring. Even though it was some years ago with LeBron James, he got another chance. Like, out of that whole team, you know, as far as the big three in Brooklyn, you know what I mean? KD, you had to go with the Steph. You ain't been back since. Harden, you ain't been back since. You was with KD and the Brody, Russell Westbrook. John Oley, what's the word? You know, so out of all the three, who would have thought that it would have been Kyrie going to the finals out of those three since the breakup? And everybody pretty much got to go where they wanted to go. Harden got to go to Philly. KD got to go to Phoenix, handpicked, like y'all want to go play with Devin Booker, you know what I mean? And those boys look a little soft over there. And Kyrie, he went over to Dallas. Mark Cuban said, nah, I'll take the shooter. I'll take the motherfucking puppet master. Got niggas on the string sweeping and swerving, you know what I mean? And it's like Kyrie and Luka. One with the L crossover, the other going shoot you. You know what I mean? Pull up from 30. And I'm rooting for them. I want to see them win. But we'll talk about that later, though. But it's funny how now that when you winning and you back in the chip, everybody got to come, like Kevin Samuels used to say, kiss the ring. And speaking of Kevin Samuels, I think his birthday was a couple days ago. Got a lot of Tauruses in this month. You know what I mean? My aunt's birthday today, my nephew's birthday today. A couple days ago, my cousin, my other nephew, their birthday. It's a lot of one of my best friends since day one, NiTe. You know what I mean? A lot of birthday celebrations, so more life. Shout out to anybody that's celebrating a birthday in the month of May, right? And speaking of the Godfather, quote unquote, of YouTube, Vivica Fox is currently spinning in the clip, as I like to say. That's my shit over here, spinning in the clip. You hear anybody using that, that's my shit, right? She's spinning in the clip, and let's hear what she got to say. Let's hear what she got to say. Let's hear what the Vivica Fox got to say. A lot of people already did some reactions to this, you know what I mean?
What if I don't want to live the way you live? Oh, don't be ridiculous, Andrea. Everybody wants this.
So that's just the vocal. I was trying to really get the video of her talking and saying what she was saying. Anyway, Vivica Fox is on one of these morning shows, one of these day shows. I'm not sure if it's all new. And first, it's no slight though, but I do find it interesting, if you will, how things end up playing out. You know what I mean? As when Kevin Samuels passed, if you know, whether you a fan of his, you watch the show for the giggles and laughs and kicks to get some game, to laugh at the women that came on the show, if you was one of the women, like no matter where you fall at, death is death. We all will go there one day. And Tony, there was no other way. We don't know when we're going to die. We don't know what age we're going to die. We don't know what part of the world, borough, city, state we're going to die. And we don't know how we're going to die. Some of us going to die ugly, horrible deaths, like in a car crash, burning alive, stabbed to death. And I'm not even being funny. I don't know. I always, you know, play on the channel. I quote Drake, like, I want an easy death and a quick one. Like, I don't want to be, you know what I mean, burned alive, fall. Y'all see the lady in the truck on the bridge, hanging off the bridge for like 45 minutes while your life is hanging in the balance and you in some big tractor trailer shit waiting for the motherfucking stuntmen to come, the rescue guys to come get you. Definitely don't want to fall to my death that way. You know what I mean? You know, and speaking of death, I just found out one of my homies died. You know, thought he was locked up. Unfortunately, that's how I be sometimes, you know. Didn't have his number. Just a brother you see around. You know what I mean? We chop it up. You know, I know some of his peoples and shit. Found out he died horrible off a roof. You know what I mean? Like some crazy shit. And so condolences to him. But, you know, I often play like that because we don't know how we're going to die. But I already said that to say, when Kevin Samuels died, right? With some buns. And, you know, if you poll a lot of men, I'm being funny, but I'm not. Like, ladies, where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? If you poll some men, how they do the statistics and shit, and we don't be knowing where they get them shits from. If you poll a lot of men, they would like to go out with some buns and on top of the world. Like, poontang, I don't want to go step back with my honey bun. Give me some of that yummy, yum, yum before I go to bed. That's some old school shit, but it was a knocker, right? It was a banger. A lot of people would like to go out that way. You know what I mean? After you get all, oh, now was the big one. And, you know, I'm not making fun of his death. I'm saying that's how he went out with some buns, or right after the fact of committing the act of getting the pleasure of, right? And a lot of people was knocking on, he died, he croaked over, he couldn't have the stamina. It was a lot of jokes. And, you know, on that show, The Queens of Soul, or whatever that bubblegum shit is, right? Fox Soul, Queens and shit. When she had her commentary, or, you know, her reaction to him passing, it was like, yeah, you know, he's a shock jock, and, you know, he just killed over, and, you know, when karma comes for you, she may not be too kind. So that's why I said all that shit to get to this. So now, even though I don't got the words of her own words, I'm going to say the words for y'all. So pretty much she on the dating show, they're like, you know, you about to be 60, and all praises due. I hope I hit 60. I hope whoever's watching right now, hope you hit 60 if you ain't already 60. You in good health, good prosperity, your mental is strong, you happy, you know what I mean? You in a good space, you know what I mean? And you living your last days with grace and elegant, right? So she like, yeah, got the big birthday coming up, and, you know, the hostess is asking her like, so, you know, what else is going on? Are you looking for love? And she like, oh, well, yeah, I am looking for love. I'm looking, like, well, what do you look for, you know, when the mate and all? I'm looking for a partner, you know, somebody that's fun and outgoing and woo. Don't really matter the race, you know what I mean? And also when Kevin Samuels, you know, passed, it was in question of what kind of woman he was with. Was she Latino? Was she wasn't African American or of Afro descent, descent or whatever. So like we don't know what kind of woman he was, whatever. She was Spanish. So now you on a swing back, right? Some years later, you don't care who you did. You don't care who's available. I'm taking applications, so you sound a little desperate. You sound a little lonely. And I'm not saying that to kick her while she's down. I'm just saying this is how she sounds. And a lot of people is clowning her. And even though that wasn't the audio that I wanted y'all to hear, I do want to read some of the comments, because the comments is crazy. And they're going in on. A lot of people is quoting Kevin Samuels because, he had some words where I guess they had that little back and forth. And he was like, you just need to, y'all ladies over there, y'all need to be telling the young women what it really is and not to follow in the same footsteps that you following. And you see her now in her old big age, what's this, the shade room, and like Auntie says she is ready to settle down, but she still has a few rules the perfect man must meet, and this is the vote. Is it never too late to find love? She looks great. Wrap it up. You've passed all them good men up, sis. So the survey is 54% people saying she passed up a few good men, and 46% is saying that she still can find love, and she probably still can find love. But another one of her requirements, even though I don't think she was saying whoever she ends up getting with got to spend money on her and let her go shopping, because Vivica is rich. And what a lot of women, if they end up like her, is going to be much worse for you. And I'm not wishing that on you. What I'm saying is, whether she get a man or she don't get a man, she's rich. Like I'm Rick James, bitch. She's rich, and she's a big fish. And at the end of that interview, she's like, yeah, I go on vacations by myself all the time. I need somebody to massage my body. Obviously, she ain't just sleeping around, and at 60, it's probably hard to do that unless you're paying like you weigh. So she can get a massage every day. I know them the viral clips that the chicks be getting the massages by these different niggas and all that. All the oil was glistening all over their body, right? And shit look like they fucking, but they're not. And it's like, would you let your girl go get a massage like this? No. Oh, but you're insecure and all. I'm like, stop at 5. I mean, we not having that over here. You know what I mean? If you single, you can live that single life and go do you. But the viral videos that be spinning around with all these ladies getting these exotic, if you will, massages, she can get that every day if she wants to, with the happy ending from some young muscle-bound guy like me. You know what I mean? Like she can get that every day because she got the money to. You a regular person that's not willing to, in your words, settle. Not like, even she said, the dating pool, I'm not going to get on no apps. I'm a little old school. People, they lie all the time, and people do lie. All the filters and all that shit. You never know who a motherfucker is. You get there like, oh shit, this is not you from the profile. And we seen some of those viral videos around too. I think it was the dude put up a certain type of picture. Chick get there, she filming him. He in the seat like, yo, you gonna get in? She like, nah, nigga. She looking at the phone, looking at him like, that's not it, and that's not you. Who knows, what you gonna do? So we know that to be the case. And the thing is, whether she, again, finds love or not in all the wrong places, she can afford to be by herself. She got that big old house, maids coming in, masseuses, personal chefs. You, with your standards, and you looking for the sixes and the six-pack, the six figures, all that other bubblegum shit, because you don't want to settle, and there's no good men out there. Like, where did all the men go when you get her age? You know what I mean? My mom's of them age, my grandmother them age. You know what I mean? And I love y'all. And you don't got no spouse or no husband like they do, because they've been married over 20 years, over 30 years now. They good. Who you gonna run to? Escape. Who can you run to? Because you're going to have to pay. She got to pay too, but it's going to hurt your pockets more than her. The massage is $300. She can get somebody to pull up to her crib every day, send them home in the Uber. She can get the masseuse to live with her if she want, and he on that type of time, or she's on that type of time. You can't do that. You got to go to your 9 to 5. Even in the interview, she's like, yeah, sometimes I be needing shots. and my knees be hurt. You know, you get older, shit don't be working the way, you know, it used to. You can't do all that. Them bags carrying up them 3-flight stairs, you gotta park your car, shovel the snow, all that shit start getting hard. And yeah, for those that's, I won't say single baby mothers, but if you had kids and you was a widow or wherever you know, the father's at, fuck him, right? You got kids, but now do they got kids? Do you got grandkids? Do he got a wife? Do your daughter got a husband? Because they can't just come. I'm sure they will, but they just can't come. They live in Dallas. They live in Delaware. They live, you know what I mean, in Atlanta. They got to get on the plane. They got to drive far just to come cater to you and make sure you got food cooked and make sure, and then still they may, you know, I mean, I would, you know what I mean, give my mom a massage, rub her shoulders, rub her feet, you know what I mean, but obviously in an intimate way. That's why she's like, I need somebody to touch my body. You got to say, damn, Kevin Samuels was telling you this shit. And he wasn't being mean, he wasn't being rude, he was just saying what it is. And I'll end it on this, but we gave Vivica way too much fire. First of all, she don't look bad for 60. A lot of people look washed that's younger than her. So give her props, even though the face do look a little swollen. Whatever they be taking, Botox, Martin Lawrence, to see a lot of people, you know, men and women in Hollywood, because they trying to keep up with the youth. Obviously, in Hollywood, when you're an actor or an actress, your looks and your exuberance of youthfulness plays a major, a major factor. When they can get somebody that look way younger than you, you know, more fit and all that. Like, for instance, they are Jonathan Majors, fit, body is ripped. I don't know how old he is, but I know he's not Denzel age. And so he lost out on the Kane the Conqueror part for that white woman chasing him in the streets. And the same motherfucking prosecutor, Alvin Bradley, who convicted, you know, got Trump convicted him. And we thought those charges was bullshit, still got convicted. They want to get Denzel, maybe kind of sort of, to play the role. And even though the acting, in my opinion, is top 10, he's one of the top 5 dead or alive. And that's just off one movie probably, right? It's a Jada reference. You still ain't going to be able to do it, even though they're going to use stuntmen and all that. Certain actors, you don't got to use stuntmen, because you take my shirt off, you don't got to put a body face double, because Jonathan Majors is ripped. You know what I'm saying? Like arms and chest and all that. He ripped up. He brolic. He brocky. Denzel, you got to get the body double. You got to get somebody in there. He ain't going to be able to roll on the floor and lift their head up like the motherfucking super. He ain't Thor, right? The nigga that was Chris Hemsworth. He's not him. He's older. His body look older. And so, you know, she don't look the same way she looked. She still look good for her age. But the thing is, you know, you're not telling the younger women what it really is. And so you might be an older lady, bitter or not bitter. I know y'all be like, I'm single by choice and woo 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 and That's like a older person. That's like a person that been to jail, right? And you know, I'm sure y'all got some of your family, some of your friends, your cousins in them. You know what I mean? They've been locked up. They came home. They trying to do better. Shit ain't all that great for them because of the felony. They may not be educated enough. Shit may not be going, you know, according to plan. You know what I mean? And we plan, but the Most High is the best of planners. So fuck your plans if he got something else in the cards or the makings for you. That's that. You ain't gonna have it. So you can try to still go about what you want, but oh, now your leg is amputated. Oh, now you going blind. You know what I mean? And one of my homies is going blind. You know what I'm saying? And I hope it get reversed. You don't know what's going to happen moving forward, right? Mr. Patterson, what's the word? Right? So you can plan, but it may be other plan. So I say that to say, like, if you was to come home after all of these things happen to you, right? Being incarcerated, not, you know, being educated like that. You got your GED, as I often play, as I got my GED right after I completed ABE, which is Adult Basic Education. That's the prerequisite. You gotta finish ABE, which is Adult Basic Education, in order to go to pre-GED just to get your GED, right? If I was to come home like, yeah, I did 10 years, which I did, right? And get online on my platform, Popovich TV, start telling the youth like, yeah, it's cool to rob and stick niggas. it's cool to put guns in faces and snatch off chains and, you know what I mean, live that life, like shit I was doing. And not bragging about it, just saying what it is. I'd be boo-boo the fool. And I also would be doing a disservice and an injustice to those that may look up to me, you know, because of what a nigga did. We know in the hood, you know, a motherfucker that come home, you get more props and the glory as opposed to somebody in the army, somebody that went to college for 4 years, try to do the right thing. Challenge. Bill Cosby, challenge. We gonna get the most props. Nigga gonna big you up, try to be chummy, buddy with you, cause you did a bid for some breaking the law shit. You hate the law, nigga, break it. I don't care, but when you get caught, remember that. I don't care. We know that, you know, whether right or wrong, those are the facts, especially in the ghetto. You can run from it, you can dread it, destiny arrives all the same. Those are the facts. A nigga that came home from killing somebody, especially another street nigga, as opposed to somebody coming home from the army to, you know, protect and serve and protect our liberties and freedoms, and somebody that went to college come home with a bachelor's or a master's, who gonna get the most props? Keep it a buck. You know I do on this channel all the time. That's why the views be low probably. Nigga, authentic, that feeling over here, and we not pandering to nobody. We appreciate if you tune in, but we not begging and we not gonna just go along singing the same old shit that everybody else saying. That's not what we do over here. You know what I'm saying? We know the nigga that popped the nigga or a few niggas, he gonna get the props. He gonna be looked at with revere. Like, yeah, that's such and such. Yeah, he killed what's the name of them cousin in the gambling spot over a dice game. He did 15, that nigga came home swole, right? He's gonna get the props. Not the nigga that went and became a motherfucking rocket scientist. He's not gonna get no props. Even bitches gonna be like, he's lame. He sounded lame. Y'all remember that viral clip? That nigga was a rocket scientist or whatever he was. Shorty clowned him, right? Because he wasn't no bad boy, you know what I mean? Mike Larry type nigga. Right, those are the facts. But I say that to say this. If I was to tell young niggas that watch and look up or, you know, however they view me, because I don't view myself in no type of way because I look at it as a bad thing. Like, damn, you know what I mean? You lost time. That was a big mistake and you could have did better. And like Rick Ross said, to tell the truth, I could have did better. I know that. And I know a lot of people feel that way. But if I was to be like, yeah, you know, go do X, Y, Z, it's cool to be gang in your late 30s and your early 30s and have sons and shit and be running around talking about peace, so my dad, peace, blood, or whatever the fuck it is that, you know, these niggas is doing. I can't get up here and say that. One is wrong, one is counterproductive, and it's the same thing Vivica, those other 3 joints that's on the show with her, and anybody that lived of a certain age to say, you know, wait till you get older and woo, and, you know, don't try to get in your relationships in your prime years. Don't try to work with a man. You can't work with him. There's only humans on this earth, I mean, well, you know, that you're going to be able to rock with. You ain't going to get married to Caesar. Monkeys and, you know, apes strong together. You're going to marry or get with another human, whether man or woman. So you can't work with a, you know, to counter you. You know, God made man and he made woman for us to be together, for us to grow and help each other. And, you know, I'm strong in certain areas, you're better in certain areas, and together we strong. And then we build family. And like Wu-Tang said, my seeds go with his seeds, marry his seeds. That's how we keep Wu-Tang money all up in the family. And like, you know, if y'all watch the channel, y'all know I come from that. Plenty of relatives in my family married 10, 15, 20, 30 years. I was married. You see marriage on the decline. You hear her talking about, they asked her the last question, we're going to get off Vivica. Again, I ain't wishing nothing bad on her. I ain't saying it's karma, you know what I mean, that she can't find a man. And I ain't even going to laugh. Her niggas is definitely clowning her in the comments. Ladies, take notes. This is your future. So somebody said 887 likes. No, it's going to be some of their future because y'all bitches is broke. And I'm not saying that jokingly either. I'm broke, right? Like, I ain't balling and living Vivica Fox life. I'm not. And neither is you. And so if you can't live her life, it's going to be harder for you to be single at 40, 50, 60. It's going to be hard, especially if you just live in regular cities. She ain't living next to nobody except other millionaires and people like her. Definitely need to take note Oh, that's what I actually said. I said, because they not rich. LOL, laugh my ass off at 60, hang it up on till you a granny now. She missed out on 50 Cent and ain't been right since. I don't know if 50 Cent was the best mate for her. You know what I mean? He really just was using her as a come up, quiet as kept, or as they say, low key, even though I know he had the album, he was climbing up the charts. But for him to back her, bone her, get rid of her, kick her to the curb, have her looking thirsty for him, that was big for him, made her look bad. But she was married. No kids. I'm sure she want kids. You hear a lot of women that don't have kids when they get older, they think about it like, dang, I even know some lesbians. You know what I mean? That's been lesbian 10, 20 years. You know, now they older now. You live the lesbian lifestyle, an alternative lifestyle for so many years, but you want kids. You know what I mean? You can't do what the brat did. You know what I mean? That costs money to go get artificial insemination and, you know, go pick and choose from which type of body type or man you want the sperm from. You know what I mean? Like, niggas ain't rocking with that. Like, you was with a chick for 10 years or whatever. Now you trying to rock with me. Oh, no, I'll pass. Loser, you can go that way. And it is what it is. We all have to, you know, make peace with the decisions and the choices that we made, good or bad. I mean, that's everybody. A couple more comments. Y'all cold. 60 ain't old nor dead. Get yours, Vivica. And most of the positive comments, if you will, is coming from women. Because they're women. So they see themselves like, oh shit, the ghost of Christmas is calling my ass, like, and then, you know, niggas is clowning in the comments, so you gotta give some pushback. But don't wait like her, because again, for you it's gonna be worse. Because you don't got no money. You barely putting money into your annuity and your art and your, you know, your Roth account, your 401. You barely put money into that. You still buying bags and weaves and nails and all that shit. She could do all that shit. And then some. Drive around and, you know what I mean? And whatever she wants, styling at 60. With a dog if she want. With a dog watcher to walk with her if she want. Because she rich. And you not. I'm not. So for us, if we don't figure it out before we get 60, it's going to be real quiet for a lot of y'all. And again, I'm not wishing it on you, but that's just the way it is, like Tupac. That's just the way it is. And it is what it is, like Cameron, right? Let's get to this next shit. We're going to have to start speeding along. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to start speeding along. Speaking of being 60 and past your prime, and speaking of being a lesbian for 10 years or whatever, it's another shit that's spinning in the clip, a trending topic, if you will. And this shit crazy. A lot of women is, you know, saying she beautiful and beautiful girls all over the world. I could be chasing, but my time will be wasted. They got nothing on you. It's one of my favorite songs. You know what I mean? Bruno Mars and B.O.B. like, they got nothing on you, girl. Nothing on you, right? And some women do got it like that. But you got this woman right here on Viola Davis channel, who I love. You know what I mean? One of the best actresses. You got this lady right here saying, "You sure is ugly," like The Color Purple. When what was the lady name? What's the Avery? Sugar Avery. When she came and she first met Celie, and she was drunk and shit. And when she seen her face, she was like, "You sure is ugly." Start laughing like, "You sure is ugly." And I'm not saying this lady is ugly. She's saying she's ugly, and this is what's spinning in the clip right now.
I am ugly.
I am ugly.
I finally come to realize that. The only person in the world that said that I was beautiful was my mother.
Wow.
I'll never forget it. I was young. And she said, "I know y'all think my daughter's ugly, but my daughter is beautiful." I get inboxes from black men that says I'm ugly for a black woman. I was with a woman for 14 years.
14
telling her
years.
every day she was beautiful.
That's crazy.
She never said once I was beautiful. Not even my dad. My dad said I look nice.
That's hardcore.
So I come to accept the
That's
fact that I'm
hardcore.
ugly. And I never will be beautiful. That's why when the girls talk to me, they don't even like sleeping with me. I mean, I see the look on their faces. Even when I try to walk up to them, they'll give me this look. I know I'm ugly.
She said they don't even like
I accept the
sleeping
fact
with
that Dad, you don't think nobody like me. You like those pretty studs, I get that. I'm ugly. And I accept that. So I'm not gonna lie and say I'm fabulous because I'm not that. I'm not that. I would never be that. Like I said, the only person in the world that told me I was beautiful
It's my
is my
mom.
mother.
Wow.
You guys never said that.
That's
And the
crazy.
thing about it is, you guys are lucky. You got people walk up to you, damn, you fine, you go. I'll never get that. I'll never get that. I never will. I'm an ugly black woman. And I accept that. Take care. You guys are right.
Woo!
I am ugly.
So it's a lot to unpack here, right? And again, a lot of the women in the comments, even Viola Davis, I see her. I think that was on her page. She like, sister, you not, ugly. It's your confidence may be low. Don't let them break your spirit. And you ain't never break my soul. Whatever. You won't break my soul. The Beyonce shit. And I'm being funny a little bit, but I'm not. And my thoughts is this, right? First and foremost, whether you are ugly or you not ugly, meaning like this is what I mean by that. First, actually, before I get to that, beauty and handsomeness, sexiness, or whatever, well, more so beauty. That's in the eyes of whoever is beholding the thing. You know what I mean? Like, we all gonna have different tastes and preferences and shit of, aesthetics, how a person looks, big titties, fat ass, no titties, big, like big chest, broad shoulders, six pack, no six, hazel eyes, long hair, short hair, white, black, Asian, as far as all that. But now, as far as personally, do you think you look good, or attractive, or ugly? I wonder if it was a guy saying he's ugly, would the reaction be the same? And I get it, the sisterhood, that shit swings like the period, once a month. So, depending on how they feeling is, we rocking with you, sister, and black girls rock, black girl magic. Then on the backside is, I don't like none of you bitches, so that's why I hang with these gay niggas, because, I ain't got to compete with them, and I still could get the girly vibe from them. That's why a lot of women hang with gay men, in my opinion, right? Because they don't want to be bothered with other real women, so they hang with them. But, it's a lot of cattiness. It's a lot of competition. And your butt is small, your hair ain't on fleek, your nails is busted, your shoes is fake. All this bum shit. I take your man, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, you heard what Carisha said, right? Young Miami talking to the chick that was Diddy's side chick or another chick he was popping. Like, if he want, he could have you on your knees eating my box. This is some of the mindset, not all women. In the comments when you say shit, not all black women, not all women, not all men, not all black women. Duh, we know that. We not, at least me, we not putting everybody together. It's just sometimes it's a majority or it's a lot. With that being said, I wonder if there was an unattractive man, because this is another thing that I want to add into the conversation before we go deeper. Again, even though beauty or attractiveness is in the eye of the beholder, there's some people, if you was to poll a majority of people, and let's just throw a Beyonce out there, let's throw a Halle Berry out there, right? It's just throwing off the top. The Gabrielle Union, my chick, fucking Michonne from The Walking Dead. Wow, she's super bad to me, right? And she's of a dark skin complexion. Man, some be like, it's a backhand compliment, you calling dark skin women look good, and it is. When you say you look good for a dark skin woman, that is a fucking backhand compliment. You either look good or they don't. But I'm only bringing up these people because if you poll a lot of men and even women nowadays, nobody really gonna say, even in her older years, Beyonce is ugly. Nobody gonna say Halle Berry is ugly. Now you will have a small percentage that be like, yeah, bitch has got a big forehead, and Rihanna's, she's not a 10. She's a adjustable 7. And you can argue with, in the comments with people. But then there's other people, and I'm gonna use Whoopi Goldberg, just like in the movie. They're like, you sure is ugly. Some people, a lower percentage, are probably like, nah, I like her aesthetics, beautiful, and obviously she older. I'm talking about when she was younger, like Jumpin' Jack Flash, Whoopi Goldberg, Ghost, Whoopi Goldberg. People are like, nah, body is right, nice little booty, nice, big, white, beautiful smile, and I think she do got a beautiful smile. And not because of her dark skin, I think people will be like, she's ugly or not that attractive. And you'll have a large amount of people that be like, yeah, Whoopi Goldberg's ugly. She ain't attractive. Like, damn, you like that dog? She's a 5. She's a 4. She's a 5.5. So, although you'll have the pendulum swing, different ways for certain people, it is people that we overall can say, nah, this person is definitely attractive, right? I don't know. Obviously, she's telling us her experience. She's like, yo, only person ever told her she looked, she wasn't ugly was her mom's. Even the woman she was with, who she told, every day is a long time for 14 years, that she looked good, she was attractive, didn't tell her back. So her confidence could be low. She could probably need therapy or whatever, but it's also how you present, right? Another person who I think is beautiful, right? Angela Bassett. Now at her older years, and when she was younger, Tina Turner, strong legs, Angela Bassett. A lot of men that I speak with or have conversation about who would you smash, how this should go, who you choosing or who look better when we play these games. A lot of them don't think Angela Bassett looks good. They're like, she looked a little hard in the face. She looked a little masculine. Same thing with Serena. If you poll, people will be like, nah, she alright. Some people will say she look good, she beautiful, but probably the overall majority of men will be like, nah, besides the thickness and the nice butt, her facial aesthetic, and that's not even now with the possibly some of the shit she done to her face. Talking about, her lady 10 years ago, 8 years ago, people will be like, nah, besides the nice fat ass, I don't really like how she look. You know what I mean? And some will be like, nah, she look good. So the percentages may be high or it may be low for a different individual. So the point that I'm making is it varies. And like Stephen A. say on the show, the list is fluid. It's fluid with looks and who looks good and who don't. This young lady right here, I don't think she's ugly. Like she says she ugly. You know what I mean? I know she got the tattoo on her shoulder. She got the dreads. Some may like, some may not like, maybe not long like that. But she also was living the lesbian lifestyle. So you try to look like a man, possibly. Now, she get a makeover, she may not look as rough. You know what I'm saying? But these is her words, not mine. Nella, what's the word? I'm talking about this lady right here that says she ugly.
The only person in the world
and you
that
sure
said
is ugly.
was my mother.
And it's horrible.
I'll never forget it. I was young.
I was young.
And she said, I know y'all think my daughter's ugly.
She said she said her moms tell people, I know y'all think my daughter's ugly, but I think she look good. The lady she was with for 14 years never told us she looked good. And again, when you see, what Lauryn Hill said, stop acting like a hard rock when you really are a gym, baby girl. Respect is just a minute. Like on that lick 2 shots in the atmosphere, the doo-wop song. Like you may look good, the brat, but you was trying to look boyish. So even though Brat still looked good in my opinion back then when she was on the so Funktified. But back then, even though she looked good, she wore the baggy jeans. She did have the braids. She always had the big glasses on, and she was, of that lifestyle. So that's how she wanted to look. This lady right here got the hat on backwards. You got the long dreads. You got the tattoos on your shoulder blades. So you looking like a dude a little bit. Now, if you cut your hair, put some lip gloss on, or whatever. Like her aesthetics ain't ugly, but overall, she probably just not that attractive to a lot of guys, maybe even to a lot of ladies. But is it low self-esteem to acknowledge or recognize that you're not somebody that you may consider beautiful or handsome? So say for me, and this is why I find it, funny, because this post got like 30,000 comments.
Oh, my daughter is
This
beautiful.
shit is mad comments on the
I get inbox from
Viola Davis page, right? Because she's big. Just real quickly. You're not ugly, you beautiful chocolate woman. This hurts my feelings to hear. Beautiful queen, in and out, never forget that. You not ugly, queen, you beautiful. Like you could just scroll, not ugly. Like if you disagree. What's her at? Tag her, please. I want to send her some love, Coke Bay. I don't know what that is. If you think she's beautiful, like this, 11,000. Like, you know what I mean? Excuse me. She remind me of Whoopi, and I just use Whoopi. You know what I mean? Some people think Whoopi Goldberg looked good in her younger years, and some, I'm sure a lot don't. One thing she didn't lie about is the cyberbullying from men. It's unreasonable. And that's why I started with, if this was a fat nigga, like Big said, black and ugly as ever. However, I stayed Gucci down to the socks, rings and rocks filled with rocks. And my jam knocks singing Mitsubishi, clubs peep me when they see me. Right? I mean, like, another thing, because this is my show and it ties in even though it's not a topic. Sexual harassment for ladies most of the time, like where the ladies at? Where the ladies at? Where the ladies? Please come to the front of the congregation. We got some things to discuss. Most of the time, unless a nigga just do some off the hand wild shit like Donald Trump and grab your pussy. You know what I mean? No filter over here. Grab your ass cheeks. Let me feel on them. You know what I mean? You jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby. You jingling, baby. Go ahead, baby. Not Uncle L, Donald Trump, and anybody that touch you and invade your personal space and they're not supposed to. That's all the way a violation. But most of the time, sexual harassment or what's considered sexual harassment is when the guy's not attractive and the girl is not attracted to you. So now it's sexual harassment because this nigga is ugly. And in fact, it was a party. I'm just trying to get this other live back going on this other page. And in fact, you had tests done, social media, you know what they call social experiments, where you had a handsome motherfucker like me, you know what I mean? Like, you're not like me. You're not like me, right? And, you know, you go up and say some kind of funny shit to a woman, or you touch a woman on the shoulder, or you do whatever. When they turn around at first, might give you the, you know what I mean? But then if they like what they see, like you liking what you see, you know what I mean? Everything designer that's on me, you know what I mean? The swagger that I walk, and you looking like you just trying to fuck Chris Brown, now it's not sexual harassment. Or what's your name? You know what I mean? Like, what's your name? What's your size? You know what I mean? As soon as he buy that wine, I just creep up from behind and ask you what your interests are. Who you be with, things to make you smile. What number to dial? You gonna be here for a while, I go call my crew, you go call your crew, we can rendezvous at the bar round 2. But when the ugly motherfucker did it, the older nigga, the beard nigga, the fat belly nigga, when he do the exact same thing to similar women, oh, you violent, they ready to fight. Sexual harassment, I got a boyfriend, we're gonna call my brother. So I'm only bringing that up to say, you hear this comment here, like the social, and again, niggas online is, some people is just the worst. Like Thor said to his brother Loki, you truly are the worst. Like, you're the worst brother in the world. You truly are the worst. We know people be trolling. We know some people is just fucking miserable, so they want you to be miserable with them. You know what I mean? We know that. But for the most part, we know that if it was a man, and he was like, yo, I'm ugly, how many women would be like, yo, you beautiful king, or you handsome king, you this, that, and he got the fat belly, and that's why I called it big. Big, like black and ugly as ever. Think he wasn't, you know what I mean? You funny and all that. Bitches like, yeah, you may laugh your way into some pussy. You may have the tools, you know what I mean? I keep the jewels, some rims, you know what I mean? Like the jewels for these bitches that's attracted to that, so I can give me some buns. Because if I didn't have that, back then they didn't want me, now I'm hot, they all want me. We know Mike Jones, these bitches ain't trying to fuck with you if you ain't got no bread for the most part, right? Some of them, not all of them. That's why Big said that. I know I wasn't, you know what I mean? Now I'm that nigga. Now I can bag 2 bitches. I can bag 2 sisters. I meet a bitch, hit a bitch. Next thing I know, you hitting the bitch. Like, we just pass it around like a cold. It's not like, that's why Kanye said, would she be with Neo if he wasn't in the Geo? Would you be with FABO if he was around? Like, you ain't gonna be with certain people if they don't have certain things, because they're not attractive. You don't find them desirable. You're not sexually drawn to them. There's no lush, no magnetic, thing between y'all. If it was a fat, ugly nigga, dark skin, light skin, whatever, would everybody be in the comments saying, nah, son, you handsome, you attractive, you look good, you know what I mean? Have self-confidence and woo, woo, woo. Or would it be a lot of bullying? And then this is the last thing I'll end, because a lot of other stories we're going to get to. I got time today. Got a little bit of time today. It's the last thing, right? Men are shown reality very early. Very early. That's why Biggie can say black and ugly as ever. If I make it, I make it. Niggas are Kevin Hart, short, you know what I mean, don't got a chance with the ladies. You're funny, you may laugh your way into some pussy with some women, but ultimately, you ain't gonna be no big sex symbol. You're not gonna be no big megastar unless you could be top of the top in your field. And y'all know what I'm gonna say next on the channel. Right, and become the best around. And nothing's ever gonna keep you down. Like you become the best around and everybody wanna fuck with you now. And y'all know what else I'm gonna say. Radio, TVs, and even the press say what's the meaning of VAPORS. The meaning of these words, without no doubt, means everybody wanna be there when you're down and out. And when you're established and got a lot of money, everybody wanna be your buddy and honey. Like tall buildings they call skyscrapers. Can you feel it? Nothing can save you. But this is the season I'm catching the vapors. Listen, if you don't make it to the top of your field, or you ain't got no, athlete body, you Adonis body, you looking like, for instance, a lot of women find attractive, I'm sure, Michael B. Jordan, especially after the workout, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, and, ripped up and all that. We are taught early on life is not going to shield us. Especially if you from my era, and even if you're not from my era, I don't give a fuck who you is. You could be in this era, you could be a Gen Z, F5, 6, whatever. If you a man, even if you a gay man, life is gonna say, this is where you rank at, my guy. Until you do something, till you prove, till you become the fucking best or strive to get up there, this is where you at. That's that. There's no changing that. You can have all the, now I'm not saying you shouldn't have the mindset to overcome that, because you should. You should be like, I can't wait to ball on these niggas. I'm going to keep working every day to be the best version of myself. But while you working, you getting no play. Life ain't treating you fair. It's a bad week. It's a bad day. It's a bad month. It's a bad year till you get it out the fucking mud. And that's why you see most people that get it out the mud and they had it rough. That's why their attitude is like that. You know what I mean? Fuck the law. Fuck everybody. Motherfuckers love it, you know what I mean? 2 fingers in the air because motherfuckers love it. That's why their attitude is like that. Because it wasn't easy for them. They don't got no grace. Some of them, not all. So you don't get no autograph. You don't rock. Because I had to get it out the fucking mud. People wasn't giving me handouts. I'm ugly, I'm tall, I'm big, I'm fat. My teeth fucked up. Whatever it is, I'm not getting no passes. I gotta work hard. I gotta work harder than you. You know what I'm saying? And again, if it was a fat dude or ugly black motherfucker, would everybody be saying, nah, king, fix your crown, you handsome. So, again, I'm not going to say she ugly. You sure is ugly. I'm going to say she says she ugly, and I'll just say she ain't the most attractive woman. Now, she take that cap off from being backwards, and she fix her hair maybe a little better, you know what I mean? Do a little something, maybe she'll look better, and she'll get the result that she wants. You know what I mean? Let's talk about this shit though. Let's talk about this shit. Got time today. Y'all got some time. We're gonna run through these next couple of joints though. This shit. There's the lady that I was getting there you go right here. This shit crazy. This shit crazy.
AJ Haley says she took this cell phone video of a woman trying to force her way into her car, ripping the door handle off in the process as Haley's 6-year-old daughter Pensley screams in fear.
Tea, by the way.
When I seen that doorknob being pulled off, I just knew like this is a situation that has gone way too far.
Haley says the woman in the video just finished braiding her daughter's hair. She says it cost her about $135. And that the session lasted nearly 10 hours.
What?
And she says it typically takes 3 or 4. And when Haley says she told the braider she wasn't satisfied with the service and wasn't tipping, the woman became aggressive, even blocking her from leaving the shop.
You ain't going nowhere.
She didn't want me to leave it off.
You ain't going nowhere.
I kind of had to like bogart my way through the door.
This shit crazy.
As soon as I got out of the door, she grabbed my daughter's arm and said that she was going to take her braids out.
Haley says once she was able to get a hold of her daughter, they both got into the car. That's when Haley says a group of people, some of them with guns, started surrounding her. Haley's daughter watching it all.
I want my mom to get hurt or anything because her friends was like she had a lot of friends, and my mom only had one person.
That one person, Haley says, was Kensley's aunt. Haley says while the aunt was trying to calm the situation down, one of the women's friends was able to cut off some of Ken.
This story is crazy, bro. And you could, you know, I often play and, you know, fuck around on the channel. Women is the most diabolical. I'm just sorry. Like, for every Charles Manson or whoever you could think, Ted Bundy, nigga just be killing niggas or doing some other wild shit, you'll find a woman taking their dead uncle into the bank and trying to sign a check. Diabolical, nasty work. You'll find a woman, you know, get pregnant by a nigga best friend, but still fucking with the best friend, got a nigga thinking it's his baby. You know what I mean? Like, just foul shit. And I know bitches ain't shit, but the niggas ain't shit, get money, you know what I mean? I get it. Niggas and women do some foul shit, but if you start, in my opinion, I mean, I could be biased because I'm a man, but I think the fact, because they're not the stronger sex physically, so you ain't gonna whip a man most times, unless you Layla Ali or you know what I mean, somebody that know jujitsu, or you Michonne from The Walking Dead, and you know some Wakanda shit. Most times you ain't gonna beat no man. And the average man will just whip your ass. Like real bad. Fuck you up. Fuck 2 of y'all up probably. 3 of y'all, right? That's just the way God made us. They gotta be conniving. They gotta be low down. They gotta do all type of unthinkable behind the scene backdoor shit where you like, yo, y'all cut this 6-year-old girl braids out, or some of them? Cause she didn't want to tip you? Now, I have some questions, because this is totally foul, right? A lot of people like, yo, you know, both of them is wrong. My only thing is, this is a few questions, if you will, right? I know I'm not the smartest. Is this it? Is this the lady you always go to get your daughter hair braided, right? Because I know, like, barbers, like fellas, we like to go to the same barber. We like to build a rapport. We don't want, you know, different barbers touching our head. Nigga be like in their shape up or whatever, looking a certain way. And I'm sure women, once you find that, you know, hairstylist that does everything proper the way you want it, you want to stick with them. You'll even wait for appointments. You'll book in advance. You'll pay a little extra, etc. So has this lady been doing your daughter hair? And I'm assuming so, because like this process normally takes 2 to 3 hours. Why did it take an extra 7 hours? Was you sitting there waiting while I was getting done? Did you not oversee? Did you not like it? Was you on your phone not paying attention? Did you check back in every now and then? Did she sit for 10 hours straight? Kids don't normally sit for 10 hours straight, not no 6-year-old, even with the phone in their hand. You're going to have lunch. You're going to have a snack. You're going to have to go to the bathroom and pee probably, I'm sure. So you see the hair, I'm a legend, right? Maybe kind of, sort of. Not being done the way you want it. Intervene, say something. Even not, right? You paying $130, you ain't got it, then you probably shouldn't be getting the hair braided. You got 10, even if you don't like it. Now again, you don't know this lady gonna go banana ape shit and like, you don't know she about to go ape shit on you. But to call the goons or whoever was around, they got guns, and your little daughter's around, and you got a lot of people in the comments. One tatted up Holly, I'm gonna shout her name out because she's in the comments. She got a lot of followers. You got a lot of people co-signing what she said. Couldn't have been my daughter and woo and You're by yourself, or you with your aunt. She ain't ready for the action. She trying to calm this shit down. They got guns. You don't. What you gonna do? It's a problem? Like Ice Cube and Boys in the Hood? It's a problem, my guy? Because right now I got the upper hand, my nigga. It's a problem? Because we can settle this right now. I'm saying, what you say? You know how niggas get when they got the gun, they want to act all tough, all extra, and you ain't got one. So they bump you all hard, you know what I mean? Or they ice grilling you. What you gonna do, tatted up Holly? What you gonna do? You gonna fight a gun? You gonna catch bullets with your teeth? Bitch, please, like, come on. You think, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, mad people jumping on the comment. I get it, you mad, but your daughter is there. Give up a little $50, $30. Sometimes it's better to lose than to win. Yeah, I know that sounds crazy coming from a guy that likes to bet, but sometimes it's better to lose than to win. And this is one of those cases. They cut your daughter hair. She's gonna grow back, but she traumatized. Seeing mommy, you know, almost get attacked. see the hairstylist that been braiding her hair 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, trying to open up the door, threatening you. One of the friends able to cut her hair with scissors. What if she cut her neck? What if she, cut her, scarred her face for life? And you gonna hold that now, that $150, even though you ain't tell, you ain't locked up, you ain't on the phone, but you still gonna hold that scar because some out of control hairstylist beefing over $20. And we know people is poor, bro. Even though everybody online fronting like they got it, they don't got it. And this is a prime example. That lady needed the tip bad. That she risked other people risked their life, risked going to jail, jumping on that yakisobe and chili con corner, I don't care line over $135. That's some sunglasses for somebody. That's a hat. You know what I mean? That's a pair of sneakers or whatever. That's a dinner for 2 people. Not Applebee's. You risking all that, and everybody's hyped up in the comments. Tips aren't mandatory. First off, secondly, she only owe her for the service she did. What the fuck is wrong with people? She don't have to tip. Everybody going to jail. This is insane, for real, for real. Why doesn't stuff like this happen to me? This is tired of Holland. Because child, make my baby cry like that. What the hell? Like, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? They got guns, and you don't. And one of the iconic scenes from Boys in the Hood, when a nigga bumped them and they standing outside, and Ice Cube turned around, showed him the blicky. Like, it's a problem, my guy? I'm saying, like, it's a problem? Because if it is, we can handle it. And I'm not saying promoting violence. I'm just saying you got a lot of people in the comments, because when it comes to their kids, they Superman. They going to do this, they going to do that. Oh, I think not. When the odds is not in your favor, you got your kid with you, you got your elderly aunt with you, and oh, by the way, they got guns. What you going to do? You going to catch bullets with your teeth? Nigga, please. This ain't The Last Dragon. You're going to get your ass whipped, pistol whipped. You might even get killed. And even in this situation, her daughter got her braids cut. They tried to cut the braids out of here and they was able to get some. And even though they all the way foul, I'm not absolving them for what the fuck happened. Over $135 in the tip. Drive away. Drive the fuck away. Why are you still standing there with your daughter being traumatized? And you hear her daughter in the back yelling.
She took this cell phone video
Mommy,
of a woman trying to force her way into her car, ripping the door handle off in the process as Haley's 6-year-old daughter Pensley screams in fear.
When I seen that door knob being pulled off, I just knew, like.
But why are you not driving away when you see them trying to open up the door? They did open up the door enough to grab your daughter, snatch some of her braids back out. Why are you not driving off? Now, what you could have did, is hit motherfuckers and do a donut and 360 on them. Y'all want to try to attack me while I'm in my vehicle, I'm going to press the gas and at least get up out of here. Now, they could shoot, the back of the tires or shoot the car. At least you're driving away. For you to stand there, allow them to enter your vehicle, get a hold of your daughter with the scissors, and fortunately for both of them, they only cut a little bit of the braids. And they didn't catch her ear, catch her neck, put a scar on her face that's going to be there for life. And now she looking at you like, Mama, I get it. You ain't like how the hair was done. Pay this bitch her $135. If you got an extra $10, $15, $20, give it to this chick because you can see she getting riled up and you got your daughter with you. Sometimes it's better to lose so you can win, so you can get away, so you can live and fight another day. You could be tough, big and bad, but if the odds is against you, I get it, you tough. You ain't no punk, you ain't no pussy, you ain't no faggot like Marlon. I ain't no pussy, I ain't no punk, I ain't no faggot. We get it. You a tough guy. But the odds is not in your favor. They got guns, you don't. You got your daughter, you're gonna get hurt. Your daughter's gonna get hurt. Her daughter did get hurt psychologically, mentally. Vinny, what's the word? Clearly it's Vinny, my nephew on the check-in. Sometimes you gotta lose in order to win. And that may be, and to give you an example of that, that's one. You losing a couple dollars to get away with safety and your daughter's safe. And sometimes you gotta cut off friends. or family members, or leave a toxic situation, and it may be a loss because you may love them. You may have a certain bond with them. You may have been benefiting from them. But ultimately, so you can win, whether it's win peace of mind, whether it's win yourself back, like Keisha Cole's got to get my heart back to used to the way you used to love, the way you used to be. Sometimes you got to cut people off to get that back. So you're losing, but you're ultimately winning. Understand? So in that case there, you don't put your daughter on the line. You don't put her in harm's way in order to argue and prove something. Like, you just tip the bitch. Just give her a little extra $20. You know what? I'm so sorry. Here you go. Here go this $20. Let me and my baby, let us get up out of it. We don't want no problems. Then you swing on the back line. You swing back if you bout it, and you catch her when you by yourself. When she by herself, when you ain't got your daughter, now the odds is a little even. And now it's, you told Harpo to beat me? Yeah, now you can beat me. You told Harpo to beat me, bitch? Smack the flames out you ever, cause all's your life. You has the fight. And you be goddamn if niggas whip your ass, right? Right. Let's get to this other story though. Talking about kids. Wu-Tang love the kids. It's another crazy story. Dealing with a mom, you know what I mean? Downtown Manhattan possibly. And shit crazy though. Shit just crazy. Shit crazy. Oh, actually it's down here. Show y'all some of this. It's another crazy story.
She had a duffel bag. The TV gave a description of a female black with long braids with the white.
What classes did I steal from Mount Clear? Mommy, I know who it was.
I know who it was.
What classes did I steal?
Stop recording it! Now! You should not be recording it without our permission! My high school glasses, it was her! You should have a fucking white t-shirt on! No! Leave my mother alone!
Leave my mother alone. This is crazy. Oh, my dead father. I'm going to kill somebody. I'm going to kill somebody. This shit's crazy. Fucking problems. First I gotta laugh a little because this shit is crazy. So like with the last story, it's a lot to unpack here. Like it's a lot to take in, right? So you got a young girl, obviously, being dramatic. She must have seen it someplace before. She's heightened, she's alert, police is there, we know what, we see often too many times, unfortunately, kids witness their parents get, hurt by the police, assaulted by the police, even killed by the police, unfortunately, right? So that's a real thing. Is she traumatized? Is she dealing with past trauma from her father down? Like, everybody's psychologist, everybody's therapist, everybody's detectives, FBI, CIA, everybody's everybody online when you jump in the comments, right? And so, well, actually, this one don't got that many views. This is the one I want to see. Yeah, this is the one that got all the views. She ain't wrong. She acting off emotion, but her mother should have told her, just quiet, baby, I got this. This is so sad on many levels, which it is. I'm reading the comments, by the way, now. Now, y'all really okay with this kid cursing like this? No, I am not. So if you are a black woman being falsely accused and your son or daughter was there, you mean to tell me they wouldn't act like this? Because trust me, moms would if they understand that the police are out here doing harm to black people. And if you hear them on the radio, they had the wrong person. All right, so now, like I said, it's a lot to unpack here. Number one is the child out of line. Yes. She is a child, so what you going to do? But you do have levels of, parenting. So some parenting is high level, some parenting is low level. Meaning that even though she's a child, There's right from wrong. You know it or you don't know it. You practice it or you don't practice it, depending on, your household situation. Whether both parents is there or not, you know right from wrong if they're teaching you. I was taught, even though I was a bad little nigga, and I got in trouble for it when I didn't listen. You don't talk to adults in a loud tone. You don't curse around adults. You speak with respect. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. Etc. like that. You know what I mean? You hold the door. You give up your seat on the train or the bus. You do certain things to show respect for the position of adulthood, man or woman, when you're a child. That's number one. So in that regard, whether she was scared, heightened, traumatized, doesn't matter. She's out of line. I get it. Police is dead, questioning her moms, etc. And her mother should have told, like, calm down. Because my mom's gonna be like, boy, if you don't shut the hell up, I'm smacking. I mean, like, shut the fuck up. Let me talk to the police. You making it extra. People are filming you. She gonna be forever famous for this. You know what I mean? If she never get famous for nothing else that she do in her life, it's like she ain't trying to be a singer, actor. This is gonna be forever spinning on the clip. As I like to say, spinning in the clip. Now let's get to the moms, right? Because over the walkie-talkie, whatever, they do got the wrong description of the person. However, they don't. They don't in this sense. She ain't got the white shirt on, she don't got the dreads, but she was with the person. Person is your aunt, or maybe your friend, and the daughter is saying this is the aunt. That's your uncle, that's your aunt, but it's really not. We know the ghetto games people be playing and shit. So if it's your friend and you was with her, cool. You may not have done it. And it's like driving in the car, somebody, you get pulled over, it's 4 y'all in the car, it's a gun in the car. If you know everybody in the car and it's not a stranger, like somebody you just met, chances are you know who the gun belongs to. Even if the person didn't tell you that y'all bringing the blicky with you, because you know them. And in this day and age and era of the Drakes and everybody else that shares this sentiment, no new friends, no new friends, no, 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 no new friends, no new friends, no, no, no. Like no new niggas, no new bitches. I don't want to talk to nobody new. If you ain't day one, A1, I'm not fucking with you. A lot of people got that. I don't want to be bothered. Everybody is so standoffish and you so ice cold, you don't want to fuck with nobody. So that means the people that's around you, you know them. You rock with them. You fuck with them. Chances are, this is what I think. I could be wrong, and we'll find out when the news come out. Even if she wasn't boosting, she knew her friend was boosting. You're not going to the Montclair store. Look how, you know what I mean? You know we judge how she look or whatever. She don't look like money, and some people don't. And we put stereotypes on people. I know I stole G.I. Joes. I stole tapes off 125th. Talking about, the cassette tapes that you put in the radio. I did shit. And the people I was with, they did shit too. That's why we was together. You gonna roll on the robberies and shit that I did when I went put guns in people's face. I went with other people that put guns in people's face. I'm not gonna go with somebody that never did it before. And when I tried to do it with new niggas, shit always went awry. Because I did it a few times. Right? Right. I'm not an angel on the show, and I'm not saying that to brag. What I'm saying is you know your friends. You know your family. Now, of course, there's instances where a nigga may do something that's unexpected and you don't know. But even little girl said, Mommy, Auntie did it. So you seen her do it. And then we got also a lot of videos of kids being a distraction while they parents steal, while they boost, while they do shit to break the law. They teach their kids how to break the law. I'm not saying that this is the case, but it wouldn't be far-fetched. That's if I had to put some money on it. Y'all know I like to gamble, I like to bet. If I had to put $5 on it, I'm going to say, maybe they boosting. And they took this little girl, because people in the comments like, well, why would you be boosting and you got your daughter with you? When I'm done with my show, in a little bit, what time is it? Probably done like 12:30, maybe a little bit before. Yeah, you can come through. Why would you be with your daughter? Boosting. Because some parents and some mothers and fathers take their kids to boost. That's just what it is. You can run from it, you can dread it, but destiny arrives all the same. And again, I don't know them from nowhere. They could be saints. They could be children of God like me. But your friend wasn't, according to your little daughter. She like, it's auntie. Dumbasses. Do you see she got a white shirt on? You dumbasses. And this is another thing, right? And I hate to always bring this up, but I bring it up to try to drive the point home. You know, black women is the most unprotected, the most disrespected. Yet you see the older lady on the airplane disrespecting people. You see the girl in the car hitting the police. You see this little girl, a little girl, talking to the police crazy. I'm going to kill somebody. What? Can't say them certain things in no airports or no certain places. That's terrorist threats. You threatening the police? I know she's a little girl. So I hope nothing happens to her. I hope her mother sit down with her, and I hope this is a teachable moment. But let's not act like parents don't break the law with their kids. Let's not act like parents don't teach their kids to break the law. Throw a little block for them so they can get away with doing some shit. So it's fun after a while. You teaching your kids how to be a criminal. Break the law. Is that far-fetched? How she know auntie stole them glasses? She seen her. Is it the first time? Come on, y'all. Let's use some logic. Now, as far as the people blaming it on the death of the father, we don't know when the father died, how he died, how many years ago. And death is always unfortunate. So I'm not saying she should be over it. I'm not insinuating that. What I'm saying, she like, word to my dead daddy. This is repeated stuff. You watch Bruce Lee movie, as soon as when it go off, you hit your little brother in the fucking throat, you kick him after you watch The Last Dragon, because you're impressionable as a child, and you think you the last dragon. You see Superman flying high, way up in the sky, so you put a towel around your fucking neck and your back, and then you jump off the stairs in your building, and you break your kneecap, because you landed all fucked up. And some, believe it or not, I'm walking on air. Like, you're impressionable. You hear your parents and possibly auntie talking about how you're going to kill a motherfucker, or how you ain't having it. You hear the cursing, so you just repeating and regurgitating what the adults are saying. You're around too much adults. You're too grown. And this is another thing, right? And I'm not blaming the victim or blaming the child, and she ain't no victim. I see this all the time. Young girls, older than her, dog. This girl that's in the video, maybe 7, 6, maybe 8. You see 12-year-old, 13-year-old, 14-year-old, when they walking, they looking you up and down in your face like, what the fuck is you looking at? Whole grown man, like, you too in my face. You know what I mean? Even if you're not looking at them or you happen to catch eye, however it go, you may be in a car, they walking, whatever it is, they'll stare you in your face. No respect to me, because as kids, we didn't do that. You don't just look no adult in the face when they're not talking to you. Then scrunching up your face like, what the fuck is you looking at? No, what the fuck is you looking at? Because you're the child. And I'm the adult, and you don't know me. And you don't know what type of man I am. You don't know if I'm crazy, deranged. And some of them even say what you looking at. Like, or under their breath to their front. I see this nigga looking all in our face. Or, you know, just like, what? Like, I mean, well, we can't go around beating up people, especially little girls. So I'm not advocating that. What I'm saying is, some is very disrespectful. And they get it from their mama or their father. And they carrying it from when they're young, and then they grow to disrespectful adults who are arrested in their development, and they don't learn to grow and mature and be an adult. And they blame everybody for shit going on in their life. So, you know, it's real disheartening. She definitely told on auntie. And at the end of the video, not this video, but another video, they end up locking her up. So again, we'll see if they let her go. Obviously, she don't have the merchandise, and she wasn't the one stealing, but did you throw the block? Did she steal, you go one way, she went the other way? We'll find out. So, you know, set a good example for your kids, folks. I mean, if you smoke crack, your kids might smoke crack tomorrow. So be more mature, and kids, do your chores. Make your own money. Hey, be proud, that's yours. It's a Slick Rick reference. Hey, young world, the world is yours. Hey, young world, the world is yours. Young world, the world is yours. Young world. I mean, classic. It's crazy. Then we got 2 more topics, then we're going to get up out of here. I know I said I had time, and we rocking out. It's Friday night live action. Where's this live? Where's this other shit at? Okay, let me see. Where's the story at? 2 more topics, right? Both of them is about hoes. Where's it at right here? Let me see. Where's Jay-Z shit at? Might have 3 things, depending on how fast this should go. Where's this shit at? Oh, right here. All right. So this is my nigga Cal. 40, Hall, stand up, right? Dipset affiliate, however you view him. And he recanting the story about fucking up Eazy-E. Eazy-E, West Side. And he recanting the story about how Hov, J to the A-Y, I flow sick, fuck all, y'all haters blow. How he pulled up the Harlem, pulled up to the block, pulled up on Mace. Like, yo, you want to battle? Like, what's up? I mean, hear you talking crazy. And this is in his own words. I guess, he was there. This is his story.
20 minutes later, Jay-Z pulls up in the 4.6 range that he always talked about, the black joint. He hops out. I'm like, I couldn't believe this shit. He hops out. First thing he says to this nigga, what, you want to battle? Anybody got a microphone? It fucked me up. That I'm like, the fuck got microphones out here?
Right, who got microphones?
I'm like, Mace, do something.
Do something, Mace.
Nigga, Jay-Z just came over here and said it was good, nigga. Dead ass, right? So, nigga Mace said, yeah, all that cool, but who was you talking about on that song when you like,
see how
check your own video number? Nigga Jay was like, everybody know I'm talking about you.
Especially those that get fucked for their publishing. Always gotta be the weakest nigga out the crew. Probably made more money off your albums than you. Every time I come through, check your old videos, you always be number 2. On R&B records, when I'm platinum 1,000,000 times, nigga, check the credits. S. Carter, Ghostwriter, for the right price, I can even make your shit tighter. So, this is the 90s, early, I was in Comstock, when this shit came out. So I jumped in the comments, a lot of people got comments. One of them, the story is wild with the microphone. I mean, you could just battle if you're going to battle. And I'm surprised because when you hear Jada, from the Locks, living off experience, his legendary, recant of the story of how they met Mace, 125th outside of Mark 125. Giving niggas the business, as they say. They was just serving niggas, like coming to Harlem, smacking niggas around. It's according to Jada, right? And shout outs to Jada, right? And the Locks. I forget who brought Mace, but they brought Mace. Nigga, like, he had the jean shorts on with the open-toe chincletas on, And he went barf with the niggas. So much that he ended up going to Yonkers with them and doing the 24 Hours to Live song. And, niggas done started something and all that. They did joints together. And then ultimately they end up getting signed with Puff. So, at this time, obviously, that's when Hard Knock Life 2 came out, Mace already came out with his album, Harlem World, or Double Up, or whatever, the first one. All the platinum songs on it, What you know about Going Out, Head Red, all that shit, right? Bad Boys. And also, he had the Love Me joint with Mace, with 112. And he had the Sitting on Top of the World with Brandy. And I don't know the lyrics off top of this. I know the Love Me joint was something about niggas talk platinum. All I see on my wrist is platinum this, platinum that, platinum this. Nobody got no platinum hits. And that's why you hear Hov like niggas talking real greasy on them R&B records. Well, I'm platinum 1,000,000 times, nigga. Check the credits. I wrote for Foxy. You look at her first album. I wrote for some people. So what you talking about? And then you got the Sitting on Top of the World when he like you could cut the talk short if it ain't about cake. I ain't sitting on something. I want a house on the lake. I'm the snotty nose nigga with the new BM. If you mess with Brandy, I got the bruise your chin and all that other shit about it. If it ain't Chris, we don't pop it. If it ain't Ice, we don't rock it. So, in my opinion, I was arguing with somebody in the comments. You know, I'm a hip hop head when it comes to hip hop shit. Especially like the newer people, they be forgetting shit of the old. So, in my opinion on Love You, the 112 song, Mace was taking little jabs at Jay, and on Sitting on Top of the World with Brandy, taking little shots at Jay. And so that's why Jay did the imaginary players, you know what I mean? Like, pull up in the one, what's the difference between the 1.6 and 40, 50,000 cocksucker beat it and all that. When I see niggas in the street, damn Playboy, where the fuck is the hum at? Those ain't Rolex diamonds. What the fuck you done to that? Like, you know what I mean? Your shit was 99 cents. Mine's $4. So they been throwing jabs. Like, you know, Hov, he had, you know, a lot of subliminal jabs with a lot of people. Obviously, the biggest is with, you know, with Nas. And so, in my opinion, I was arguing with the brother because he was like, nah, you know, he wasn't taking those shots at Jay on Sitting on Top of the World, only on this song. And I'm like, nah, I think he was taking shots at him on both. So to hear Jay-Z, according to Cal, roll up to Harlem, wherever they was at, like, yo, what's up, my nigga? You want to battle? Like, what's up? You know what I mean? And then for Mace to ask him, like, yo, who you was talking about? And even in the video, I forget which one it was, Mace do got the #2 sign on jersey on, and Puff got the #1 on it. Was it Can't Nobody Hold Us Down, or one of the joints they got together? We know they, you know, Puff, some of his best songs is with Mace. You know what I mean? Like, take Mace away or take the verses from Jada, Benjamins, etc. And, you know, it's no rap career for Puff. You know what I'm saying? But for you to be nice to go against the Locks, and I get it, Hov is Hov, a lot of people guard MC, me, J. Hova, I got him as #2 on my list, got Nas #1. I'm surprised. It would have been an epic battle. You know what I mean? On tracks, you know, obviously, you know, I spoke on last live about who got the better career, who's better, Fab or Mace. And I'm like, I'm taking Fab. You know what I mean? I won't go into my whole reasoning. If you missed it, you could go look at the other video, like Kanye pulled up in the other biz. You could go watch the other video. Same difference with this. It's like your rap career wasn't that long, even though you got some highlights, you got some memorable moments and dunks and all that, but you got no rings. You ain't playing the playoffs as many times as me. You don't got as many platinum albums or classic albums. You don't got as much songs as me. So even though you got a GAT or whatever, you got something to shoot with, you don't got enough ammo. You ain't gonna win this fight. Same thing. Hov got way too many songs. But back then, obviously, people was looking at Mace behind Big. He was considered in that elite group, if you will. Big, Hov, Mace, the Jadas, you know, these type of people, the Fabs, and, you know, the Biggies of the world, if you will. You know what I mean? As these elite people coming into the game, people was looking towards him. And his first album, I think, 4 or 5 million out the gate. The Bad Boy shit and Tell Me What You Want and all that. 112 remixes. He was hot as fish grease. But then he left. And then he came back and it was lackluster. Hov stayed, Fab stayed, a plethora of other rappers stayed. The Locks and their careers continued to ascend. And you just came with freestyles every now and then. But why y'all think he ain't battle? Right there, you know, you hear about X and Hov, that was a famous battle. I think some of it is on tape, or maybe it's not on tape. They was at the barbershop uptown or wherever they was, behind closed doors. They was, you know, battling each other and they rapped for hours. And people like, yo, who won? People like X won, some people like J won. You know, so I'm sure Jay would have definitely stood on the corner and battled Mace. Probably would have been epic, but how does that make Mace look now? Years later, you know, you want It Is What It Is with Cam. You know, y'all talk rap, y'all talk sports. You ain't have no album or no banging songs in years. To hear that, like, this is your prime, this when you Mace Murder or just converted to, you know, Mace and Beta. You know what I mean? Like, you just converted. Why you ain't go at this nigga? That would have been epic. And in fact, you just was like, who you talking about? Then when he told you who he was talking about, you did nothing. Kyle kind of like, if you ask me, it's like he kind of playing Mace. Like, yeah, nigga, you know, I remember I was there, nigga, when niggas rolled up on you and you ain't do nothing. Let's talk about this last shit and we out of here. This last topic. Speaking about Hov. with the Diddy's going down, you know, all these R. Kelly going down. And just for clarity, got R. Kelly is the king of R&B. He gonna stay that way. I don't care what he did. He could do he could do his crime. He could do the time for his crimes. Still can't take the crown from him. Unless somebody come and outbeat him, outdo him, he's gonna hold the crown. And I honestly feel that about everybody. That's why what I'm gonna talk about now, I'm gonna let y'all hear the clip first, and then I'll come back and give you my thoughts. If you an icon, you made it to iconic status, you could do the most wildest shit ever outside of your field of being iconic. You're still going to be an icon. You're just going to be a tarnished icon or an in-prison icon, a broke icon. They take all your money and they take everything from you. But nobody can take the iconic status away from you because there's only a few people that make it to that, you know, well, what's the Will Smith son? Icon living. And so I fuck with this dude podcast. I'm gonna let y'all hear what he got to say real quick. It's just a real brief snippet, but I'm like, he's bugging. This take is all the way off, and I rock with him. Sometimes we get it wrong when you doing a plethora of shows. You always in front of the camera talking your shit. Pop up his TV, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. You might mess some shit up, and in this case, I think he got it way wrong.
Is the only person actively, right? And I'm sure there's people
talking
coming
about
up like y'all. 19 Keys, your whole crew, Ian. I mean, everybody's dope, but like, there's no icons. Think about what I'm telling you. They are repealing all icons. Jay is the last icon. Even
Dr. Dre. About this is by design too.
Even Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre can't come say nothing to nobody because all them motherfucking skeletons will come out the closet. There's no disrespect to him outside of him putting his hands on a woman. Fuck you. But now I feel like Jay is the only person actively, right? And I'm sure there's people coming up like.
So according to my guy, Kenny Barnes, right? If you do something like a Diddy did, we all seen the video. You do something like a Dr. Dre punch, you know, D from Pump It Up. And like Tim Dog said, Dre beating on D from Pump It Up, step to the dog and get fucked up, right? And you see, you know, Snoop Dogg or Cheetos, or whatever it is. Like I say, you see the wildest video of Diddy, you know, kicking Cassidy, you know, dragging her. Wild, crazy shit, right? Whether you got daughters or not, just some wild, crazy shit. He's still an icon. Dr. Dre is still an icon. And even if you want to discredit those people, say you take away their iconic status, Nas, he supposed to have, you know, hit on women, right? I don't know if the allegations is true or not. I never seen, you know, no settlements. I never seen him go to jail. So that's why I still say allegedly. Take him away. Ice Cube ain't got no dirt on his name, right? Ice Cube is an icon. Snoop Dogg is an icon. Queen Latifah is an icon. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many different icons, you know, that we can point to, whether, you know, entertainment, you know, as far as being an actor. Will Smith is an icon. About to come out with Bad Boy 4. David Chappelle, in my opinion, is an icon. I mean, like, where did he get off saying that Jay-Z is the only icon left because they taking all the icons down? When there's plenty of icons. Scarface is an icon. Whether you like, yo, he's just in Houston, you know, over there side. Scarface is an icon. You know, ain't no Scarfaces in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? Like, Pac, he's dead. Icon, big, icon. You know what I'm saying? Even with just 2 albums, that's why I don't got Big in the top 5, dead or alive no more. Because even though those 2 albums was great, it's other people that put forth more than 2 great albums that outweighs your 2. You got 2, but I got 3. LeBron, you got 4 rings. 2 with Miami, 1 with the Lakers, 1 with Cleveland. The one with Cleveland is the best. KD, you got rings, but they're not like, they're not like LeBron's ring with Cleveland. It's not like Steph's first ring over LeBron. You know what I mean? It's not like Mike rings. You know what I mean? It's levels to it. So you got a classic album, but you only got 1. You got a classic movie, but I got 5 classic movies. And I think I just seen something online where they put Will Smith stats up, like almost every movie he been in grossed over 100 million. That's iconic status. And you could say, you know, he did some backdoor stuff, which we don't know. I don't know. It's allegations to this point. I wasn't there watching him get his cheeks clapped, and I could care less, but I wasn't there. So unless somebody that, you know, integrity is of the highest, like, yo, I was standing right there, then it's hearsay. And even if that's true, that's a sexual preference. It don't got nothing to do with the movies and how he bring people to the box office. So, you know, they hear him say, you know, they picking off all the icons, and there ain't no icons left. There's plenty of icons left, if you ask me. I mean, Run from Run DMC is an icon. A lot of young folks may not agree or think so, but Rev Run is an icon. Whether you know what I mean, like, pioneer of fucking hip hop, one of them, he's an icon. They still alive. They still right here. It's not just Hov. So I thought that take was a bad take. Let me know, does somebody personal life outside of the arena that they're in take their iconic status away? For instance, let's use Diddy. If you thought Diddy was an icon, which I do, now after the tapes and all the allegations, is he not an icon now? Did he not have iconic moments? Did he not create memorable moments? Did he not change the culture and do certain things in hip hop and on a grand scale of things? You can't take that away. It's like saying, I mean, it's Barry Bonds. Well, he was cheating. What they use in football. I mean, that's PhDs or whatever it is. You still got to have eye and hand coordination. Now, it may make you hit the ball harder, but you still have to have eye and hand coordination to hit the ball. You still hit, still got the record. Or some people got Babe Ruth and Hank Aaron or whatever got the record. So in that sense, you may say you cheated the game. That's like the only thing where I can say, well, if you enhance your body to make you, run faster or run for more long endurance than somebody else, then yeah, you cheated. You know what I mean? We got who was the Olympian, Marion something, the chick Marion. I can't think of her last name. They took her gold medals because you cheated. You know what I'm saying? But not cheating, but just you cheated on your wife. You beat up Cassidy. You know what I mean? You gave a couple of niggas some bad deals because they didn't read, which is fucked up. They didn't read the contract, but you still made it the icon status. I don't think what you do outside of your field takes away from that. That's just me. Let me know what you think in the comments. But we spent enough time. You know what it is. It's your guy, Popovich. Y'all was just tuned in. Popovich TV. We live. We rolling. We unscripted. We authentic. That feeling back up in here one more again. Yeah, kid.